The following podcast contains naughty language and ridiculous situations. Listener discretion is advised.
You know, I just found out that Alamo On Demand is going to be having a big, fat, fucking 18-movie pack of Lucio Fulci's films. And from what I understand, it's going to be split up into 3 packages of 6. And I'm sure there'll be some early Fulci Giallo in there. I'm sure we'll have plenty of zombies in there. And I'm sure we'll have some of his afterwork, too. Something on the idea of, say, like Demonia or whatever, you know? So, or Door to Silence. That's the one I'm thinking of. Well, anyway, if I were me, I'd take up on that if I haven't seen a majority of Fulci's films. Lizard in a woman's skin. Talk, will you? So check it out. I'm definitely going to look into it. Even though I got most of the films, I'd love to see what Alamo does with these movies. So check it out. And this is Trick or Treat Radio.
Listening to Trick or Treat Radio, starring the Deadites.
Welcome to episode 416 of Trick or Treat Radio. Trick or Treat Radio is the world's most dangerous podcast and was recorded in front of an undead studio audience here at Castle Wolfenstein, also at the Lair of Lost Swag within the Raymond Chateau, at Casa de Zero and the Lair of the Gods. We are here once again for episode 416, and I don't know, I feel like we should get like a count on how many episodes this is, like AQ after quarantine, you know?
16.
16, yeah.
16. Well,
I guess.
well,
Oh, yeah, that's right. We did establish that last week. That's right. Okay, so it is. I guess AQ 16. It's the after quarantine 16th. That's 4 months. 4 months since you guys have been in a room together.
This sucks.
Yep.
It's glorious.
Aries is just wearing his underwear underneath. Raven Chat was doing some funky stretches or something. What the hell were you doing?
Yeah, I was doing my Shawn Michaels calisthenics.
Why?
To get limber.
For what?
Yeah.
The show.
To sit down? You get limber to sit down?
You know, you kind of want to just like, do a little like that to kind of like stretch a little bit. Maybe I want to go on a zip line later on. I don't know.
Zip line.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. The day comes where you are on a zip line is the day I give up everything. I would love to see you on a zip line.
Johnny, book that. No, we got some friends that have zip line training. I would do that.
We did?
I would love to see you do zip lining. I would love it.
Smoke and Ty can do that. He has all kinds of even like splunking gear.
No. Leave Smoke and Ty out of this. We're not talking about him. We're talking about you.
Yeah, leave him out of this.
He's coming with me.
Is this going to happen at the Blackout Bacchanalia?
Yeah, we're going to have zipline night. It's going to be nice. We're going to hang some things from the trees. We'll push each other down.
I want to see you zip line into a tree.
No. Aries, I was hoping you build a zipline.
Yeah, I'm going to build it right into the tree, and you can go first.
I don't like that. No, let's not do that. No, let's do a safe, control, get helmets.
So we got a few people hanging out. We got Creepy Girl says, "Hey, ho, what do you know?" She asks if Aries got a tan.
Oh, I work outside. I always turn this color in the summertime.
That has nothing to do with the alcohol consumption?
Yeah, you're starting to look a little whiskey colored.
I take that as a compliment.
I It's more like Doc Savage than the bronze.
Whiskey colored.
Is that whiskey color?
Dr. Chris says that Raven Shadow.
Yeah, it's close.
He says Raven Shadow zip lines while smoking, and it's a trail of fire.
Yeah.
I could see that. Leaving out fucking doing smoke
He'd be
signals.
Like, he'd be like the Roadrunner in the Bugs Bunny cartoons.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
That's not that.
Yeah, true. It's not that unbelievable.
I am unbelievable.
You're unbelievable.
Oh.
All right, so on tonight's show, we are talking about a film that is probably way more relevant than any of us imagined, and that would be The Beach House, which just hit Shudder, and it is actually a feature film debut, so we'll be talking that film in just a little bit, probably, I don't know, about 30, 40 minutes from now. And then if anyone would like to leave a voice message, there is still some time. You can go ahead, record a voice message on your phone. You can also go to trickortreatradio.com, and on there, there's a button for contact, and you can leave a message right through the site, or you just record it on your phone and then email it to podcast@trickortreatradio.com. We love hearing from you guys. If, if you're a little shy, a little bashful, you can always just send an email. We always love hearing from our friends and listeners. And always love hearing your thoughts on films, whether it's the film we're doing this week, whether it's a film we've done last week, last month, last year, anytime, or you just got something to say. You want to tell Raven Shadow what the fuck's up? You want to call him Dog?
What's up, dog?
What's up, Dog? Or I don't know, maybe you want to challenge MZ to Police Academy off or something.
Ooh.
There we go.
Yeah, maybe someone's got a bigger Police Academy poster collection than you, MZ.
It wouldn't surprise me. As a matter of fact, I just let's see, today's Thursday. Yeah, this morning my next poster that I ordered just got mailed out today. It's a Police Academy 2 poster from Yugoslavia.
Oh, Yugoslavia.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, and and it's being shipped from Serbia, and and I ordered it last week, and I still never received any confirmation on the shipping. So I got in touch with the guy yesterday, and I said, hey dude, what's up?
He said, "Good luck."
he said, there's a lot of riots going on right now in Serbia, which is why I'm having a hard time getting to the post office. So that may be pause for the cause a little bit, and but he mailed it out, and I can't wait for it. I can't wait for it to get here.
Would that be a Serbian?
That's it.
Would that be a Serbian shipment? Very much
a Serbian poster.
Very much unlike a Serbian film.
Yeah. No, there's not going to be anything Serbian film about this poster.
I hope not. Jesus.
Wait. Have you ever? Wait. Have you, Wolfie? Have you ever seen a Serbian film? I keep asking you, but I keep forgetting. Have you ever seen it?
No, I have not. I don't really have much interest.
Yes, you do.
Yes, I do. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, you do.
Why do I have interest?
Oh, because it's an amazing little film.
So
it's
should
an
I
amazing
watch?
little
Should
film.
I watch? What should I watch first? The Sandlot or Serbian film?
Watch what?
So
You cut out.
What should I watch first? The Sandlot or a Serbian film?
You know what? You've had like 27 years to watch Sandlot. If you haven't watched it by now, you're hopeless. So just go to Serbian film. Not only because it's newer, but also for punishment for not seeing Sandlot yet.
Punishment. Wow.
You should be punished for that shit. You should be punished.
Wow. Jeez. That's hardcore, man.
Baseball movie. How can you not have seen this? You know what? We covered that last week. I'm not going to get into it.
We covered it
but
last week.
It's just Yeah, but it's just a fucking crime that you have not seen this movie. And I'm telling you, once you watch it, you will love it.
Oh, you think so, huh?
Oh, I know so.
Oh, okay.
It's got Dennis Leary. It's got the chick from Invasion of the Body Snatchers in it. It's got Darth Vader. He's in it. Come on, man, get on it.
We talked about this already. It's not Darth Vader. It's Darth Vader's voice.
Whatever the fuck. you're gonna throw some. You haven't seen the movie yet. You're gonna throw semantics at me.
Yes, I am.
You got a lot of nerve.
Wow.
Aries,
Down the middle.
tell this guy. Love.
Well, tell him. Tell him, Aries. So what were you watching?
Wow.
What were you watching just before the show started here, MC?
I was watching an episode of a channel on YouTube called WrestleLamia.
Yeah. That's okay. Thanks.
Oh, one more. Okay. No, it's just a YouTube channel that showcases like top 10 lists, top 11 lists, top 15 lists of certain things in wrestling's past or wrestling that's going on now. And they also drop a few hints as to what's going to happen in pay-per-views, coming up and things like that, which I have a little less interest for since the WWE sucks elephant balls. But
wow.
Other than that, like they kind of gave away the idea of how they're going to do this whole eye for an eye match coming this Sunday. So, which I kind of figured that's how they were going to do it. So it's just just something to watch until we get going on with our shit.
Yeah. Well, there you go. There you have it.
Did I lose everybody?
Yeah, no, you did. You lost everyone. Nice job. All right. Well, on tonight's show, as I mentioned, we're going to be talking about the Beach House. And it's a Shudder exclusive, so if you haven't seen it yet, it is streaming live on Shudder. You can go ahead and give that a look. And go ahead, stop the live show, come back, and then watch the replay, I guess, right? But we'll be talking about the Beach House and playing any voice messages that we may get from now until then. So feel free to be in touch and let us know what you want to talk to us about. All right. So what else we got going on here? MZ, I know you're probably excited that Joe Bob got picked up for season 3, right?
I am excited as hell, man. I am so happy. A lot of people. I go on Facebook and I see a lot of people always posting constantly in different groups. I don't have Shudder. Is it worth it? It's like it's $5 a month. To watch a bunch of horror movies. Streaming it whenever you want, and everybody always brings up The Last Drive-In with Joe Bob.
Yep. And
that alone is worth like 5 times the amount of money that you would normally pay. It's so worth it. Shudder is very, very worth it. And Joe Bob is right at the top of that list as to the reason why.
And you can also get it. Like they did a deal. I don't remember when it was. It might have been like some December or something like that. They did a deal where if you pay for, annually for an entire year, you get a huge percentage off. So I think I end up paying like $350 a month for it when I do it that way. So it's totally worth it.
Yeah, very much worth it.
Yep.
Great.
So that's great news. It'd be interesting to see which films he's going to do next year, what kind of guests he's going to get on, and all that goodness. So looking forward to checking that out. Do we know, is there any date, or they just say it just got picked up?
Yeah, it just got picked up.
Okay.
Chances are it'll be during the Halloween season, so.
Yep. Yeah, that probably.
That's when it'll probably start. But I think I read somewhere on on Darcy the Mail Girl's page on Twitter that they're having an overnight sleepover.
Yep.
At the drive-in. I guess they're doing an all-night thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know too much more about it. I think it also involves Felissa Rhodes from Sleepaway Camp.
Yep.
And many, 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 many other projects.
Yeah.
And so I think they're doing that next month. I think. I'm not 100% on that.
Cool. Yeah, I saw something about that as well. That's good to see.
Another thing.
Yeah.
Another thing. Did you guys? Because I posted it yesterday. I was like, this has got to be a joke, right? Where the Adventures of Briscoe County Jr. is coming back.
I saw you post that. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, it's real.
Is it though?
They're bringing them back. They're bringing it back.
It's just a table reading, though, right?
So far, I mean, well, table readings usually lead to a possible, filming. So
well,
step in the right direction.
I might have misunderstood, but I thought what they were doing with the table reading was just basically like giving people something to do during fucking quarantine. Because I know a lot of people were flipping out because there was announced that there was going to be a Princess Bride table reading, and then people were flipping out thinking it was a remake, but it was just actors doing a table read of it, basically. So, I mean, I wouldn't put too much stock in it. It could just be something like that. But yeah, I guess you never know. I mean, I could see him throwing the Spurs back on and and doing Briscoe County again.
And I would love to see him do it too, because I thought that show was great.
Yeah,
it was a good vehicle for him. It was after doing Hercules and Xena, but it still maintained that kind of off the wall quirkiness.
No, I
action
think that was
comedy
before.
sort of thing.
That was before Hercules and Xena.
Hercules and Xena came out like what, 94, 95, somewhere around there.
I'm almost positive that Briscoe was his follow-up to Army of Darkness. I'm pretty sure that was before that time frame.
I thought it might have been after. I don't know.
I mean, if only we had technology that could solve the problem. But I think it went like Army of Darkness, maybe Herbie the Love Bug, McHale's Navy, Congo. Briscoe. And then later he showed up on Hercules as Autolycus or whatever the fuck. And then
Autolycus. Prince of Thieves, Autolycus. Yeah.
Then also what was Jack of Spades or something? Jack of Trades.
Oh yeah, Jack of all trades. Yes. Was it Jack of all trades or Jack of trades?
Probably Jack of all trades.
It might have been Jack of all trades. Yeah. I forgot about that show. Yeah.
Because that was my jam back in the day.
But you know what? Still, I mean, even the fact that they're doing a table read is interesting and fun.
Yeah.
I would love to see them do it again.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fun show. I don't hold it in high regard as like one of the great shows when I was younger, but it was definitely fun, and it's always good to see Bruce Campbell hamming it up on screen. So that's pretty great.
It was hard too because it was one of those Friday nights at 8:00 kind of shows. If you didn't have a DVR or if you get VHS tape in to record it, you didn't see it.
Yeah.
But I would love to that's probably available on DVD or some outlet, right? I'd love to see that again.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if I wouldn't be surprised if it was somewhere like Tubi or something weird like that,
What, Briscoe County?
Yeah.
Well, I know Briscoe County is on DVD because I've seen like the whole set going for like $12 or $13.
Wow.
I know. But still, I mean, just to see Bruce doing something is always fun. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I'm looking to see if it's streaming anywhere. So it looks like it's on Prime Video. You can watch. Sorry. It says IMDb TV Season 1 included with your IMDb TV channel. You can watch episode 1 free with ads. So I don't know if you can actually watch the whole series or whole seasons, but it looks like it's probably out there. So that's cool. Yeah, always good to see some BC, some Bruce Campbell. We had so Dr. Chris was commenting and said that it's the best Western in the last 30 years, and said yes, it was before Briscoe came out the same year as X-Files. Briscoe and the X-Files debuted 2 years before Hercules.
Yes, thank you, Dr.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
He's the doctor.
yes.
Okay.
Well, he's the doctor of like genre television shows. That's for sure.
Yes. A PhD in
Dr. Chris coming through.
PhD in what?
genre.
That could have been better, Raven Shadow.
Well, I'm
Go
talking-
back to the drawing board on that one.
All right. Nope. See you next week.
All right, Wolfie, you brought it up. I happened to catch some of that Princess Bride. It wasn't a table read.
Oh, okay.
It was social distancing acting by just actors, like multiple actors were portraying the parts.
Oh, okay.
And it was very entertaining because the two actors would be at their own homes acting out opposite one another and using what's around them to perform. Like Jack Black was the man in black. As he's hanging off the cliff, he's on a set of stairs in his backyard, getting pulled up by a garden hose. Yeah. The actor who was playing opposite him, I didn't know who that was. He was using an umbrella as a sword. Jack Black was using lightsabers, and it was just all very humorous and all just very well done. Batista was Andre the Giant for one of the scenes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Really?
It was just an ensemble
That's fun.
cast, and it switched up from scene to scene. Like the Man in Black switched to someone else when the scene changed. It was on that the Quibi, but I caught one of the episodes on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So Marion says in the chat room, Bruce Campbell admitted it was a hoax. It was an April Fool's joke, talking about the Briscoe County thing.
God damn you!
But the thing is, it's because that's what I thought at first too. But wasn't the date on the article dated like in July?
July 30th or July 31st, which is what threw me off. I didn't. That's what the article said.
Weird.
The article said July 31st. It was so bizarre. You know, I thought it might have been a mistake, or I didn't think that it would be like some sort of an April Fool's joke, especially since we're in the middle of July. You know?
Well,
but then again,
on April 1st, didn't that originally come out about the show getting renewed? Wasn't that where that originated, and then this is a new thing?
I don't know.
Honestly, I really don't remember.
I'm looking at Bruce Campbell's Twitter right now, and he tweeted this out 2 days ago. It says, "Guess who's coming back for one more ride?" So I think it is legit. Oh, okay. He's doing. It's July 31st at 5 p.m. It's says Briscoe stars Bruce Campbell, Kelly Rutherford, Christian Clemenson, John Piper Ferguson, and co-creator and showrunner Carlton Cuse reunite for a live table read of Briscoe's first adventure and a conversation about the show that means so much to them. Special guest stars include Baron Vaughn and more to be announced. You can buy a ticket online right now.
Should buy that.
So there you go. Houseseats.live. But yeah, it looks like it's a completely legit thing right now that's happening on July 31st. They're doing a table read of the first episode and then doing a kind of a Q&A or something. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
That's awesome. Because the way the article was written, you know, it showed like what's going on, you know, like the headline, and then it shows the date, and it's like usually they save that for like, you know, the date where it was published, and that's what threw me off. But Tim Chuma was explaining it to me, and that made me confused even more.
It says the tickets are $12.50.
Ah, shit.
So it's just an online thing.
check that out.
So I mean, it seems to be some confusion, but I mean, he just posted this, and he hasn't replied to it that I can tell. So, yeah, so it looks like it's legit. So there you go. Houseseats.live. You can go look for the Briscoe County Junior reunion, 12:50. And it says the show will be available for 48 hours after it airs. So, like, if you miss it or if your internet cuts out or whatever, looks like you can get it again. So there you have it.
Awesome.
And so Dr. Chris says, "Yay, the Dead TV podcast! Thanks." So yeah, we'll give a shout out to Dr. Chris's podcast, The Dead TV, which you've appeared on before, Raven Shadow.
Yeah, no, a couple of times, and recently he had. Was it? Am I right in this? Yancey Butler, TV's Witchblade, was on recently.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I never really read the comic or watched the show, but that's still fucking pretty cool. That was the thing.
Yeah. Marion says, "Sorry for doubting you, MZ."
Don't be sorry.
That's okay. You wouldn't be the first.
You wouldn't be the first in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on. I guess there's probably it seemed like there was a lot of other shit to talk about this week, but I don't remember what else. So I guess as we think of stuff, we can call it out, mention it.
I've watched some movies, Johnny.
Yeah, what have you been watching?
A lot of stuff. It's been a weird change. Like, I've been doing a lot of like night times. Ollie and I will have a movie night in the bedroom. Getting ready for the Bacchanalia. So when all's done,
Bacchanalia.
Yeah, no, we get our jammies and we have our get our hair tied back and
What?
we what?
You and Ollie. He has jammies.
Yeah.
What do they look like?
Well, pictures of
Pictures of you?
Pictures of me.
Pictures of him on jammies?
My face. It's nice. Sometimes we get them confused and we're wearing the wrong ones. But no, I watched Creed 2. Did you ever see that picture?
Yes.
You did?
Yeah. It's on theater,
Like
man.
Very nice. Yeah, no, I'm a huge. I mean, I am a fucking huge fucking Rocky mark. Anybody that knows me, and I enjoy Creed 1 very, very much. I don't think Creed 2 was as good, but it had the fucking moment. It had the rematch, right? A fucking Ivan Drogo's son versus Apollo.
Drago.
Drago.
Not Drogo.
Not Drogo.
Drogo was right?
Call Drago.
What did I say?
You called him Drogo.
No, Ivan Drago.
Yes, Drago.
Some Rocky Mark you are.
Yeah, no shit.
Well, much like Rocky, I have a problem with enunciating. Okay.
Yeah, but you weren't punched in the face 50,000 times.
True.
Maybe you should be. Maybe you should be.
Maybe you should be. But no, I dig it. I love Michael B. Jordan. It was super dope. I watched that. And MZ, go fuck yourself. I took a page out of your book, fuck you again, and I watched the Bumblebee picture.
The Bumblebee? Did you say the Bumblebee?
Not the Bumblebee, the Bumblebee.
Is that like a Bubble Boy with and Bumblebee team up?
Yeah.
The Bubble Boy and Bumblebee team up you never wanted.
Yeah, no one cared about. But yeah, whatever it was called. I saw.
And what did you think?
I guess it was the first Transformers pictures I've seen all the way through.
Okay.
It's a
wait. Did you pass out at the others, or did you bomba radio them? What happened there?
No. I remember years ago in a different continuity watching Transformers 1 and being completely confused. I don't know who was fucking who. Everyone was gray.
Whoa.
There's no fucking in these movies.
What did I say?
You said you didn't know who was fucking who.
Yeah.
No. I hope.
Apparently, you watched the porn parody of it.
I wish there was a one chick and all robot dudes. But no, I didn't know who. I couldn't recognize any of the characters aside from Prime, Bubble Boy.
Yeah.
Bubble Boy.
Bubble Boy.
Bubble Boy.
Like Megan Fox was like opening the hood, that big sexy scene. I got a phone call from Joey on, and I took the call. So we chatted for a couple hours, and I didn't watch the fucking picture. And after that, I didn't see the other.
Wow.
Because Talking to Tron was better than Transformers 1. But no, I laughed at your Tetrajets. That was very prominent in the beginning. I know how much you love Tetrajets.
Yep.
But it was fun. I liked the old school G1 aesthetic of the 80s. I think it tried really hard to be set in the 80s, where I'm not sure if the actors or the sets knew they were in the 80s. Because I'm pretty sure the Hummers that John Cena's military team had didn't come out until probably Desert Storm.
Yeah, because those were strictly Russian vehicles at that point.
Yeah, and then the point where the mother made the comment about the carjacking. I'm not sure if that was a term in 1987, but no, it was a movie. It was fun. It was fine, man. I liked the 80s stuff. A lot of Wheeljack was dope. They killed off some kind of major characters from G1. But who were those?
Yeah.
Who were those? Were they anybody anywhere? Who were the bad? Fair. Sorry, everybody else. But why could the? All right. I do have some questions. I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
Oh,
I know.
jeez.
No.
Buckle up.
No. So fine. Fuck.
No, but what do you want to ask?
Go ahead.
All right. A couple things. Now it's a fucking rabbit hole. So the bad guys were triple changers, correct?
Right.
I thought that was more of a unique thing. I think that was like a omega level mutant. Like that's a big deal. How come those two bad guys could do triple changers so effortlessly?
That's just who they are. That's, I mean, they were created to be triple changes. They were triple changes on Cybertron, triple changes on Earth.
Is that a thing? Is that a thing where maybe some ones that are made can only change into one thing, and there's another class that could become two things?
Well, these are the first. These two that came in, Dropkick and
Murphy.
I forget the other one.
Out the Cybertron.
Tubbs. We'll just call it Dropkick and Tubbs. And these were the first triple changers to be put on screen in these live action Transformers movies. But they're just like any other kind of Transformer in any other kind of universe. I mean, they're just, you got your regular Transformers, then you got your triple changers, then you got your six changers. So.
Six changers. What the fuck?
Wait.
Yeah.
That's
explain that one. Yeah, explain that one.
That's Patreon content, John.
Well, I forget. I don't know what the actual name of them are. I don't think there is a name, but there's robots out there that turn into 6 different things. Yeah.
That's what a 6 changer is? I never would have guessed.
Wait.
Two of them. There's two. 6.
6?
Look at Porter Aries. Look what you're doing to Aries.
Look what you're doing to Marion. She's falling asleep. She did a falling asleep gif in the chat room.
Last question. Why is it so easy? So I was under the impression there was their forms in Cybertron, and they converted to their Earth forms. Why can they so subsequently change their forms by looking at something? Like at first he was a yellow Jeep, and then he was the the what do you call it? The not Viet Cong.
The Beetle.
Volkswagen. That's not the
Beetle.
same.
Yeah.
Not close.
The Volkswagen Beetle.
And then he just looked at a Camaro and became a Camaro. That seems like cheating. Yeah. Be proud.
That's in their nature. That's what they do. That's how they're able to adapt to whatever environment they're in. That's what they do.
I think that's cheap, sir.
Well, I mean, look. That's how it was done in the original. Well, not entirely. I shouldn't say that. In the original cartoon, when after 4 million years crash landed on Earth, a volcanic eruption reactivated the Sky Spy in Teletran 1 that's in the Ark, and they set out to find vehicles that would supplement the bodies of the Autobots and Decepticons.
Makes sense to me so far. I'm with you.
Yeah, but so in the movies, instead of having a Sky Spy or another robot or anything else do that for them, they do it themselves. It's just simple adaptation to their environment.
Tony Moran's COVID con says we need a well-being check on Ares.
All right.
Tony Moran's Clovercon. That's good. That's very good.
So our buddy,
I'd love to know who that is.
it's buddy Anthony, our pal.
Oh,
Because he said
okay.
that Days of the Dead is still going on this weekend. The horror con Days
Yeah.
of the Dead is still going on this
Yeah.
weekend.
yeah, it's causing quite a ruckus.
That's unbelievable to me.
It's
Do you know-
causing the.
Do you know what state it's in, MZ, by chance? It's in Texas.
I think it is Texas.
Oof.
I think Anthony would know better, but yeah, it's the word about that is getting around it, and nobody's too thrilled about it. Yeah, it's just ridiculous that this thing is still going on.
Yeah, I'm trying to look it up and see when, where it is. But I think it is. I think I remember seeing that it was in Texas, which is obviously not a great place to be right now.
No,
Actually, it is in Indianapolis.
oh, that's right, Indianapolis. That's right.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
oh man, I don't know about this.
I mean, people are canceling left and right too from
Yeah.
this. You know, the guests are canceling left and right. You know, if they're going to continue with this, nobody's going to show up. There's going to be a whole shitload of people buying tickets to get in there, but there's not going to be any celebrities.
Yeah, I'm seeing, like, I'm just looking on their social media, and it says, like, Brad Dourif has decided he's not ready to fly. He's not going to be there. Like, there's a bunch of people that have, like, canceled, which understandably so. But,
Yeah,
like, that's putting, I mean, you step foot in there, you're putting yourself at risk, for sure. But for the celebrities, too, like, this is their job. Like, some of them, they need to pay the bills, and they need to be there. So I just hope people are being smart about it. So Anthony says most of the headliners canceled ages ago. And then he also said Tony Moran ain't canceling for nobody.
yeah, he might be the only one left going there. Yeah, it's crazy. It's just nuts what's going on.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Hopefully everyone stays safe and just wear a fucking mask. Jesus Christ, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to pay bills when you're dead.
Well, you don't have to pay them anymore, though. That's a good thing, I guess.
So
That's if there's a bright spot about it, that's it.
That's not really a bad thing. It's the reason why I took out another 60-year mortgage. Bwahaha. I got about at least 10 to 20 left and no heirs. So good luck, motherfuckers.
When you do that, Raven Shadow, do they actually do like do they like check and see like your health and things like that? Like, was there anything involved with that?
Like cup your balls and like cough? Like,
No,
wait a
no.
minute.
I mean, do they like? Do they have to get like an outlook? Because like, what if you are like super unhealthy and you die in 5 years? You know, like, do they do any kind of like, I don't know, like any kind of like doctor's note or something?
Like health screening? No,
yeah.
Just your credit history and my shit is dope. But if they talk to my doctor, be like, yo, man, don't approve this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, they don't do that. They just look at your fucking financials. And I'm okay now. They have no idea.
Well, I'm pretty sure if you drop dead, they're just going to take the house. So
What the fuck do I care?
Yeah. Well, where's Dolly gonna live?
Well, no. As long as I don't. No. I need to. I'm not sure where I'm going with that, but no. No, I'll be around. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. You should just leave it all to Ollie.
I'll leave it all to Ollie. Yeah, he's my co-signer.
Co-signer.
Is
that why your credit? Is that why your credit's
He's
so
putting
good?
a paw print to sign.
Yeah,
Ollie's got power of attorney.
he does. He's my HCP.
Ollie's going to sign with his paw print.
They have no fucking idea. Yeah, good luck, motherfuckers.
Oh shit.
I'm the only.
All right, we're gonna wrap this shit up because we're gonna movie to talk about. So, if you guys want to help support the show, you can head on over to our Patreon, patreon.com/trickortreatradio. There, you're gonna find we have you can help support for as little as $2 a month. But if you want to go up to $5 a month, you get some exclusive content. We release an exclusive Patreon episode every month. It's different format. It kind of veers away from what we do on the normal weekly show. And but yeah, it's $5 a month. You get some extra stuff, and you help support the show. You help to keep it going. You help to pay the bills, to keep the lights on, as we say. And we did actually get. Let me take a look. I think we got a comment from our boy EF.
Yeah.
Let me just head on over to Patreon so I can go ahead and read his comment. But yeah, so last episode we did the sort of 8-year kind of. It was like the precursor to the 8-year anniversary. We talked about some stories from Trick or Treat Radio's past. And EF Contentment says, I am totally down with you guys doing retrospectives every few months on Patreon. As you said on the episode, it could focus on particular years or even certain popular or infamous episodes. In conclusion, I, for one, prefer the original title of your first episode, but that's also because I'm just a sad, sick human being.
Hey, at least he admits it.
That's more than you. So thank you, EF. And there we go. There's a plus, a one check in the plus column for doing a retrospective. That might be fun. And we could do like a year and then maybe talk about, I don't know, like we'll have to see how it goes because there's definitely some episodes that would warrant more talk than others. You know, some of the infamous ones.
Yeah. Oh, wowzers.
And that means you guys would have to go back and listen to it.
There's one I'm not going to.
Which one is that?
I don't want to talk about it, Johnny. Go fuck yourself.
What?
I vote for that one. I don't know which one, but I vote for that one.
Me too.
It's exciting. It's very good. This was some outrageous episodes, right? To be fair, some iconic ones.
Yeah, for sure. And most of them were in that first year, probably. First 2 years, actually.
Yeah.
Anthony says Ollie has the documents.
Yeah. And I think I said 60-year mortgage. It's a 30-year mortgage, but still. 30
I was
years.
going to say, I don't think you get a 60.
That'd be awesome. I want a 100-year mortgage, sir.
Yeah.
What are you, 10? What the fuck is this? No, it was still. I'm pretty sure I got 5 yet. I got 10 left.
So head on over to Patreon, and if you guys want to get some video content, there's another tier. If you guys want to get involved and be on an actual episode and program it, we have some goals for that as well. So go check out the Patreon, patreon.com/trickortreatradio. And also you can head on over to trickortreatradio.com, scroll down, look for the Amazon logo, click it. It's going to bring you to Amazon. You're shopping on Amazon anyways. I know you're using the Amazon Fresh. You're using your gift cards, whatever. Why don't you just go ahead, use our link, click it on trickortreatradio.com. You can even bookmark it if you want to, make it easier. You can skip that whole step of going to trickortreatradio.com. Just bookmark that link. And then every time you go to Amazon, use our link. Everything you purchase in that session will get attributed to us. It doesn't cost them any extra, Raven Shadow.
But it's another way to help keep the lights on.
That's right. We want to keep those lights on at all 4 studios right now. I actually just got my electric bill right before this episode went live, and I almost fucking fell out of my chair.
Yo, I was hit fucking hard last fucking month, dude.
It's a little crazy working from home and having the AC on all the time, and yeah, it literally like tripled in like the last like 4 months.
Yeah, there was some numbers that sucked on that.
It's pretty ugly. So please
Yeah.
help us keep those fucking lights on, literally. Jesus Christ. So, all right. So Raven Shadow. Oh, and one more, actually, before I go to that, one more thing. TrickOrTreatRadio.com. Click on store. There you get some digital goods. You can buy the greatest hits of Trick or Treat Radio volumes 1 through 3. We'll get them on there for sale cheap. Go give them a look. Raven Shadow, when you sit down to watch The Beach House, what do you do to prepare? Do you put your sandals on? You get a little sand, get a little pool, to put your feet in? What do you do?
Yeah, no, I put some suntan lotion on, put a couple of hats on, you know what I mean? My shades, my water wings. I like that. But I didn't do any of it because I had to go to the fucking laundromat, Johnny. You understand what I said?
The laundromat.
Johnny, listen, you understand what I'm telling you?
Wait, there's two things about that. You actually left the house to go somewhere that wasn't work. And number two, your laundry isn't working?
No, it is working, but here's the problem, okay? You ever go to a 24-hour fucking laundromat? Don't fucking do it. All right, so there's a problem. So, no, everything's straight. But, so Chloe's been hanging out. She's kind of like coming out of her shell a little bit, coming out of her fur. And
literally,
time.
So I have a king-size bed, you understand? You understand? I have a king-size bed that's very
yes,
large.
dog, I understand.
Just telling you.
Is that an invite?
Not for anyone on the show.
That's
Aries.
Aries is Picarding again.
You're Picarding.
It is now a verb.
So totally Picarding. So Chloe had a little problem. She threw up on the bed. Okay.
Okay.
Shitty thing.
Why don't you use your fucking washer?
Because I have a king size bed. All right. So
Yeah?
it's too big. Washer. It's too big for the washing machine, and I have a white comfort.
Okay.
You're not supposed to throw the mattress in there.
No, it's soaked down under the thing. It's a whole fucking thing. So I had to fucking bring it to the laundry. All right. And
Whole
it's
fucking
cold.
thing.
The whole fucking thing. So now at fucking 6 in the morning, I gotta fucking just take care of this. I don't want it to stain, right? So it's so fucking terrible. The laundromat, and I'm wearing masks and gloves and like fucking all kind. I have like a sword with me. It's the laundromat is like a cross between the bar in Mos Eisley and the pharmacy scene in Natural Born Killers. It is so fucking terrifying. That people not wearing masks. It's fucking just the most wretched hive of scum and villainy. So more of the story is get a fucking black comforter. You ain't gonna fucking worry about that shit. And hey, I came and watched the movie, so I guess I strapped on.
Jesus Christ.
The following message is a paid advertisement for the Cult of Muscle podcast. The Cult of Muscle. You're either in it or you're dead.
It's the dawning of a new age. The halls of Valhalla have been shuttered. The heroes of yore have either retreated to the shadows or taken to capering for the amusement of the small folk. Their past glory is a distant memory. The barbells have been torn from their once puma-strong grips. The beards shorn from their square jaws, only to be transplanted onto flannel-clad, puny weaklings with fingers barely powerful enough to strum a ukulele. The time has come, my brothers, to restore order from the chaos. No longer will our heroes be forgotten. No longer will their great deeds be viewed through a foggy lens of irony. Hear now our rallying cry as we scream it from the mountaintops, as we bellow it from iTunes and Libsyn and Facebook. It's time to join the cult, my brothers. So don your cloaks and enter the Cult of Muscle.
I'm Alex West.
And I'm Andrea Subasati, and we're from the Faculty of Horror podcast.
And you're listening to Trick or Treat Radio.
Oh, delicious nerds. Ms. M knows you like to chat it up with other sexy shut-ins about comics, movies, video games, and your favorite TV shows. If that sounds like you, cuddle up to the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group, or the FIB. That stands for Fan Interaction Board. Just go to Facebook and search for Trick or Treat Radio and have more fun than a Jedi at a lightsaber sale. Not enough? Watch us on YouTube, The Deadites TV, all one word. Last but not least, check out the world's most dangerous talk radio show, Trick or Treat Radio, at trickortreatradio.com.
All right, we're back on Trick or Treat Radio. All right, we're going to talk about The Beach House. The Beach House is not rated. It is 88 minutes long. It is a drama horror mystery from director-writer Jeffrey A. Brown. And the film stars Liana Liberato, Noah LaGrosse, Jake Weber, Marianne Nagel, and the synopsis: a romantic getaway for two troubled college sweethearts turns into a struggle for survival when unexpected guests and the surrounding environment exhibit signs of a mysterious infection. Serious infection, huh? You say? All right, so The Beach House, written and directed by Jeffrey A. Brown. This is his first feature film. He's previously done a couple shorts, and I believe he was like a location scout on location manager, I should say, on several films, including The Dead Don't Die, some television stuff. So he's certainly been in the industry doing other sorts of jobs. He was on Spider-Man 3 as a location manager. So he's been doing film since 2003, but this is his directorial debut. And, we'll talk about that. I always kind of like doing directorial debuts. I think it's kind of interesting to kind of dive into. And, we typically get some pretty wild variance in terms of results. But I think lately we've had some pretty good luck with first-time directors. So we'll certainly talk about that here. And this film is, as I mentioned earlier, it is streaming on Shudder exclusively. So if you guys have Shudder, you can check it out now. It is they're pushing it pretty hard. It's, I think, first thing you see right now when you go to Shudder. It's like the first film that pops up. At least for me, it was. So, and a lot of people are saying it's a timely horror film. With what's going on in the world right now, which interestingly enough, I didn't actually know that heading into the movie, so that was kind of a neat little surprise. I don't think that's giving anything away per se, but it's just one of those things that is kind of interesting if you don't know. So I'm not too familiar with any of the performers in this except Jake Weber.
Yeah.
Who most notably, for me anyways, was featured in Larry Fessenden's Wendigo.
He also was in the TV remake of The Shining.
I thought that was Steven Weber.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. My mistake.
And yes, so that was Steven Weber. He was also in Dawn of the Dead, the Zack Snyder remake. He was in Meet Joe Black. He's been in a bunch of TV and stuff like that. But yeah, it was good to see him. I know him best from Wendigo, so it was I saw him and I was like, holy shit, that dude looks familiar. And I looked it up, and sure enough, I was like, yeah, okay, that's where I remember him from. So he's been in a pretty good amount of stuff.
And strangely enough, Marianne Nagel, this is her acting debut.
Oh, really?
Yeah, believe it or not.
That's interesting.
I thought so. I was like, I mean, I've never seen her before. I've never heard of her before. But with these indie projects, you usually come across that. But here's a woman. I don't know, maybe in her early 50s, and she's starting her acting career, which is great.
That's definitely pretty rare, but pretty cool. I will definitely say. And I know there's been some attention in the last several years about I'm doing finger quotes, women past their prime getting gigs. It's kind of a young person's game, or young woman's game, I should say, and a lot of older actresses get relegated to mom roles or whatever, But I think that's cool that Marianne Nagel, had her feature debut in this. That's also pretty cool. And I thought she was pretty good. Like, I definitely wouldn't have been able to tell that this was her first acting gig.
It was kind of bold too.
Yeah.
She put us. It wasn't a glamorous role.
No, no, for sure.
I mean, like, it was. She seemed very real and very kind of sad in a sense, but she was great.
Yeah, I thought she was good too. So, all right, did anyone know anything about this movie heading in, or were we all going in blind here?
Only these you said from before, so I didn't read any stuff. I just pressed play.
I knew it involved a house and possibly a beach.
Aries,
alert.
I don't know how you could have figured that out. Wow. Man, you're really on the ball.
One of the aspects of this film that I'm always interested in is when I see movies, I always pay attention to the cars, and I always pay attention to their license plates. And this particular one had Massachusetts license plates. So whenever I see that always piques my interest. So I go on IMDb, I look at filming locations, and this film was made in North Truro, Massachusetts, which is near the tip of Cape Cod, which, ironically enough, I'm heading Saturday. I'm going there Saturday. Just to get away for the day. Just to get away. And
Are you going to go stay at this house?
Jesus, I hope not. but I looked up the location, and it's gorgeous there. So it's just a day trip, just to finally get out and get away and do something. So we'll be social distancing, and we'll be masks.
You should look for this place. You should look for this place.
Well, we had plans to go to Cape Cod, but when I noticed that this is in near the tip of Cape Cod, I'm like, shit, why don't we just go there? So we're gonna head over there. I mean, if you Google North Truro, Massachusetts, you'll see a beach with the steps going down, just like you see in the movie. And I don't know if it's the exact location, but it sure does look familiar. So we're gonna head there just for the day. And
nice.
It's supposed to be 100 degrees, so what the hell?
Well, you're not staying over?
No.
Is that a 3-hour drive?
2.5.
2.5, okay.
2.5? How slow do you drive?
Well, I can make it there in under 2.
I make it there in an hour and a half.
No, you don't.
I
all
do.
All the way to the.
I make it to Dennis. That's not quite true, but I make it to Dennis in an hour and a half.
Yeah, but from Dennis though, it's still a fucking ride to go to fucking.
It's a little further, not much.
What do you call it? What's the fabulous place on Cape Cod?
P-Town.
Thank you.
Fabulous place.
No, it's awesome. It's awesome. I love P-Town. Very, very pet friendly. They love dogs out there. But
yeah, it's fabulous too.
Yeah, I was saying it's awesome. It is fabulous.
Oh God.
It's a long ride, dude.
I've driven longer. It's no big deal.
All right, back to the movie.
Yeah, let's. Jesus, I've driven longer. Yeah, I guess I should. I guess it's not a big deal. I actually, I think you guys might remember. It was actually about 2 years ago now. About 2 years ago, I moved down here. Oh, sorry, a year ago, not 2. Jesus. And we did. Me and T-Dog did a whirlwind trip where we drove down here like 5 a.m. left. Drove 6 hours to get to 6.5 hours, whatever it was, to get to Maryland to look around. And then drive back home, and we got home left at 5 a.m. and got home at 3:30 a.m. It was pretty ridiculous. So I guess brutal. 2.5 hours isn't that bad, but it's pretty brutal to do a trip sandwich like that, where you're driving a lot on either end.
Yeah. Well, I've done it before.
Yeah, we heard that.
Not my first rodeo.
All right, so let's jump into this movie. So, yeah, I gotta say, I wanna kind of lead people in a little blind on this one because I think it's gonna be better. I really want to watch the spoilers on this one. So, I know some of it might be difficult to talk about, but we can talk about impressions about some of the things that we dug about it and such. But this movie had me on my toes because I didn't know what it was. I thought it was going to be like a young couple, like this young couple go to a house and it's haunted, or it's like a like a home invasion, or or something. Like you watch and you see the tropes and it's like, okay, where is this going to go? Right? Do you guys get that, Raven Shadow?
100%, man. And it's. I don't think it's a spoiler. Where in the first few minutes, it's a young, probably early 20-something couple going to this house, and I mean immediately drive. And once again, that was farther up than I'm more familiar with. But when you see those roads and the stairs down to the beach, for us living in New England, that shit we've seen every summer, is very familiar. And I think the opening shot was like, well, I know that road.
Yeah.
Even though I've never been there, we've seen that location a million times. So the couple comes in, you get a little bit of backstory amongst themselves, little bit of coming to this house, maybe a little early hookup, and then there's let's just say the house is double booked, if you will.
Yeah, in a sense, yeah.
In a sense. But I think through the dialogue, you learn why there's other people there. And I always get concerned when this happens, when it's like, oh, we're here. Now you're here. Like, what the fuck? So my immediate red flag is, well, then call the person who owns the house, get some clarity. Don't fucking stay there. And there's a lot of tropes that you could fall into. And I think through the dialogue, it made sense why these two different, couples made their way to the house. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
It didn't fall into the cliches, which I liked. I'm trying to hold back here.
Well, you're doing a pretty good job. So, yeah. So I think it was an interesting setup because they're going to this beach house on the Cape. And it's a house that's they're staying in a house that's out of season. It was a couple months prior to vacation season, right? Or something like that.
Yeah. So it's probably either April.
Yeah.
Or May, the earliest. They made a point where
probably April, because I think May is when people probably go into vacation houses. Maybe even March or April.
Well, he made the comment it doesn't pick up until Memorial Day.
Yeah, that's true. He did, yeah. So I would guess probably end March, early April, roughly. Which, anyone who's been to a vacation hotspot, you can kind of get a sense where, okay, there's probably not that many people there. And in this one, it was like nobody there. So it creates this sort of like interesting environment that I dug like right away. I was like, oh, that's a cool idea, because we have isolation, where you might not normally have isolation in this town, and so I thought that was kind of a good idea of how they did that. And then we get this sort of standard couple where I think the woman was likable enough, and then the dude was fucking like the worst, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're 20-something couple, college students. She's super cute, normal, regular girl. He's kind of like a made-for-TV Zac Efron kind of looking motherfucker. He was kind of like douchey from the jump. I don't think he's a dick, but he was being douchey in how he to her, and his like down to like, we could just live here. No, I'm doing things in my life. I don't want to live here on the beach. He kind of like discredited what her dreams and goals were.
Yeah, because they get there and you can tell they're trying to reconcile. Like the boyfriend did, I don't know, he disappeared or something like that, and like or whatever, and then he's like, oh, I'll make it up to you. Let's go, let's go to the vacation house or whatever. Yeah, and so of course, first thing they do to make up is they go upstairs and have sex, and from there, when the next scene, he's like, oh, we should stay here. She's like, oh, well, I'm going to grad school. He's like, grad school? Can't that wait? Like, I mean, yeah, he didn't say it like that, but it was just like, completely dismissing her goals and what she wanted to do. And basically like, why don't you stay with me? What's wrong with staying with me? And so definitely kind of a dick. I thought they were going to go more into sort of the, kind of gaslighting, I guess the gaslighting effect. But they didn't really go too deep into that because things started happening, I guess. So I thought that was, there was a couple swerves here where I thought it was going to go one way, and it didn't go that way, or it went another way. And I thought that it really kind of kept you on your toes because, what was going on in this movie. I mean, we haven't got to, the dilemma or the what's actually going on. But I just didn't really know where it was going to go, and I like that. I thought that was a really good place to be with this movie because a movie called The Beach House, young, attractive couple. I'm just thinking it's going to be kind of a run of the mill sort of like kind of paint by numbers film, And I feel like I was lulled into this false sense of security because of that, which I liked. I was expecting one thing, and then I got something entirely different almost.
Oh, agreed. And it was that just why is this on Shudder? Why do people recommend it? Why is it on our list? It's got to be something more than meets the eye. It's Transformers reference, Monster Zero. And then when we see the after the the coitus, there's a surprise guest downstairs.
Yeah. So she's going, so she goes downstairs to, I don't know, to get a drink or something like that, right? And then all of a sudden she hears someone come in and sees someone, and she's like, "What the fuck?"
But what's important? Sorry, John, to cut you off. Yeah. But what's important? And then I watched this scene twice. She went to use the bathroom. And
wow, you normally don't watch scenes once.
Well, that's because that's fair, or at all. But this scene interests me. When she went to the bathroom, she went in the medicine cabinet.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, she did. That's a good point. She went to the medicine cabinet, and in there you see like a whole fucking slew of pills, of medication. The one I did notice, Raven Shadow, was lorazepam.
I'll tell you what they all are.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, for a second there, I thought she was in Prince's bathroom.
Yes.
All right, go ahead. Yeah, we got lorazepam.
Because I was under the impression they were other kind of medicines, and I was apparently wrong. So not only was it lorazepam, which is a anti-anxiety medicine, there was also oxycodone, which is the generic, which is a painkiller for those who don't know. I'm going to say this wrong, but Zoloprod something, which is a sedative. There was a haloperidol, which is an antipsychotic. So you have antipsychotic, anti-anxiety, you have a painkiller, you have a sedative, and then you also have something for hot flashes, actually.
Look at you. This is going to go on the greatest hits just because you fucking paid attention.
It's fucking true.
Spin up
up until the hot flashes, you were describing my Saturday nights.
spin up the next greatest hits. We got an entry here.
Wow. Look at this, Dr. Raven Shadow over here.
Dr. Raven Shadow.
Gynecologist.
Gynecologist of the stars.
And on to something which is anti-nausea. So there was a couple of things going on there, and it was a woman's name on those scripts.
Yeah.
So
Turner, something Turner, yeah.
Jane Turner. Anti-anxiety, anti-nausea, hot flashes, sedative, painkiller, antipsychotic, anti-anxiety.
Dr. Raven Shadow, MD.
I mean, Jesus Christ. This guy can't even do the alphabet without fucking it up somehow, and yet he's able to lift off about 7 medications without any problem.
Oh, he's reading it. Yeah.
Oh,
I got my notes.
Wait, do you take them all, Raven Shadow? Did you think they were in your bathroom for a second?
I'm like, holy shit. Except for the hot flashes.
Jesus.
But that's important, though, because I thought there was a different thing going on with that person. But I think by what, and it's funny, I do like drugs. And open houses in the old days. No, that's a joke. That's a joke. But no. I think that's a weird mixture. Not a weird mixture, but I thought when I saw Jane for the first time, there was something else going on. But we looked at it again and paused it. And it puts a different spin, especially on the dialogue that happens between Jane and Dawn of the Dead remake have with the young kids. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And their night together. But yeah, so those are the drugs that were in the medicine cabinet.
All right. That's way more insight than I expected. I was actually I saw lorazepam and I'm like, all right, well maybe one of the other guys noticed one of the other ones, but nope, Raven Shadow got them all.
You know what I'm picturing? I'm picturing him with the pause button 3 inches from the screen, trying to see all of them, just jotting them down,
like he does with his phone.
Yeah. With the shades tilted down and just in there, just scrolling away.
Well, A, Johnny, making fun of me. I have medical problems. Okay. And B, Aries, yes, that was Wednesday. I did that.
Oh,
And-
that's funny.
Sunglasses are not a medical problem. You're choosing to wear those fuckers.
True.
That is funny.
So, yes, we get that, and then things kind of take a turn, and then all of a sudden now we have 2 other people in the house that, it's like you said earlier, kind of double booked in a sense. And this is Mitch and Jane are, I guess, friends with Randall's parents or dad. And one other thing about Randall, so we had a Larry Fessenden link earlier with Jake Weber being in Wendigo. Noah LaGrosse, who plays Randall, was also in Depraved, the Frankenstein movie we did last year. He was the character of Soldier Adam. If you guys remember.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
No, don't remember. I don't remember Soldier Adam, but I do remember that movie. I remember we liked it.
Yeah. So recognize him from that. I knew he looked familiar. I was trying to picture it, but yeah. So That's where we knew him from. And yeah, so they, this kind of this awkward moment where you think maybe because it's a vacation house that that's kind of uninhabited, maybe this family kind of like this couple just kind of stumbled in there and found their way and just were like, hey, we're going to live here now. Or maybe they were like, I don't know. I didn't know
Squatters.
I didn't know exactly where it's going to go. So, it turns out that they all kind of like, they're like, oh, there's room for all of us here, It's like, all right. And, and then they kind of talk and get to know a little bit more about each other and stuff. And then from, and one other thing, talking about the details, Raven Shadow. So talking about the pills, also one of the things was Emily, the lead, she opens the fridge as well, and you could see it was a freshly stocked fridge, which is another sort of telltale sign of like what the fuck is going on here. There's definitely someone staying here. So I thought that those little kind of attention to detail things were a nice touch, because it really kind of built this kind of creep factor of, okay, well, someone's been here recently, but they shouldn't have. So, I didn't know where that was going to go, and that kind of was a nice little surprise when that happened.
Agreed, and haven't watched that scene again because once again, they pulled in. There was no car in the driveway. They came in, and the dude must have knocked us boots. And it's a big house, so when we see Jane come out, she might have been, in the sunroom or whatnot, and it's not till the girlfriend sees her out, and she's very disheveled. She's kind of like, almost kind of out of it in a little bit. And then
for sure.
And then she's like, "There's someone downstairs," and the fucking boyfriend's like, "Well, who? Like, be concerned, dude. Like, be like, who the fuck's in my fucking dad's house?" You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
He was kind of like nonchalant about it. My first reaction was, "Hey, are you all right? And what are they doing?" He's almost seemed like annoyed that someone's downstairs. Like, that's fucking odd, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then when they confront MC.
Oh, no. Go ahead. I'll wait till you're done.
So there's kind of like that, like, this is not your house, it's Doc's house. So there was that connection to the father. So it wasn't like they were like squatting and feeding for like information of like, oh yeah, must not have told you. And then when Mitch shows and have to go into the store, it made sense why the car wasn't there. And they recognize him from being a boy, and the fact that he was estranged from his father. So he wouldn't necessarily call him to say, who are these motherfuckers?
Yeah.
Because the dad was there. So I guess the premise made sense that these, desperate, from 20-somethings to 50-somethings would be in the same location with a mutual connection.
Sure, yeah. And Randall, like mentioned, Randall didn't mention anything to his dad. Like, he has a strained relationship. So, it all definitely makes sense. And
yeah.
So then we,
well, also not to mention the fact that he's also his personality. He's not in the best of spirits. Let's put it that way. I mean, like you said, with the estranged relationship he has with his father or his parents, rather, or the fact that he's not really, he kind of, fell out of school. He has no real ambition to really be much of anything and just let life take him wherever it takes him.
Yeah, definitely. So from there, they start staying together and kind of get a kind of feel for each other and kind of learning a little bit more about each other. And there's this point where I don't want to say too much about it, but I don't think it's like huge. It's definitely not spoilery, but Emily is talking about what she's going to school for, what she wants her chosen profession to be. And I actually found the quote right here. And so she basically says, she says that she's going to be an astrobiologist, which is studying life in extreme environments at the bottom of the sea. And then she kind of has this little monologue, and she says, life is so fragile, and we're the right combination of elements, the right temperature, the right distance from the sun, In this measure of time spent developing and changing billions of years, and one thing slightly off, and we would be nothing. Dust or gas or something. I'm in awe of it. And that quote obviously, like was definitely had some bearing on some things without it really being obvious, right? And without getting too spoilery.
Yeah. Yeah, it was subtle.
And I
It
thought
was subtle. And
yeah,
it was subtle. And then they all decided to stay, and they all decided to have supper together. They're having wine, they're having seafood, and next thing you know, they start. They got all different kinds of seafood. They got clams and shit like that. So, but they're also drinking wine, and they run out of wine. So they have like a half a bottle of Chardonnay that's left in the fridge. And what's the boy's name again?
Randall.
Randall says, I got an edible.
Yeah.
If you guys feel like breaking up an edible. Now, silly me, because at that point, when we were looking at the medication that was in the medicine cabinet, I didn't think much of it. But when I saw the edible, I started thinking to myself, okay, here's where Raven Shadow is finally going to open up and start looking at shit. Little did I realize that just a few minutes before that, his eyes would have been wide open with the medicine cabinet.
Oh yeah, edible, a fucking prescription, dog. But
the edibles, because we've been to your house. Almost everything that you own in your house is an edible.
Well, it's not Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory. It's not like.
All right,
the Apollo 5000 posters taste like snozberries.
I think I have the episode title: "More Than Meets the Edible."
That's pretty good. But now, with that said, at least with the lorazepam and the oxy.
Yeah, I imagine that doesn't go well together, right?
Well, that's
or is it like a beautiful concoction?
It's a cacophony of good times. No. It's not for the weak at heart. So you have the oxy, you have at least the lorazepam, and whatever the fuck the antipsychotics are going on. Then you throw in the vino in the mix, a couple of Dunkachinos, and throw some edibles.
Dunkachinos.
Yeah, well, they're from New England, okay? So they had some fucking Dunkies.
Well, let's be honest. The alcohol shouldn't have been consumed with all those prescriptions.
Yeah, true.
The edibles are the least of our problem.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
True. But still, at least for Jane, that's a lot to go on. And, it's a whole lot of shit going on. And that a lot of mind expansion now is going on. So you have these people talking about amongst themselves, a lot of drugs, a lot of fucking things flowing. What happens next?
Dun, dun, dun.
Tune in next week.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to talk too much more about what happens from here. I will say that I thought that it was a really interesting way that this film built, and it seemed to have a really kind of unique pacing to it that it kept me on my toes and I couldn't quite place. But it really ratcheted up the creepiness, I thought, to a really good level. Maybe not creepy, but it was uneasy. I would say especially the scene where Emily is on the beach and steps on something.
Yep.
Oh my God. Because she's laying on the beach. Next thing you know, the older gentleman, what's his name?
Tread carefully, by the way, too. Yeah, but Mitch. Yeah.
Mitch does something that, let's just put it this way. It's not something you see every day.
That was a fucking cool shot.
And by the way, it was a great shot. That was my favorite shot in the whole movie. Yeah. And there's a lot of good shots in this movie. That was my favorite shot in the whole movie because it was so tranquil and so eerie at the same time because you're seeing what's happening.
Yeah.
and the when you put the two together, it just gives you a sense of uneasiness. What I really liked about this movie was its total isolation from the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Because all you have are these four characters. There's nobody else. There's virtually no one else in this movie, and so you have these four characters in this isolated location in a beautiful setting. So when things start getting fucked up, you got the two ends of the spectrum being shoved together. Just weird shit with tranquility. You put those two together, and you got some bizarre stuff going on. Now they also use different camera effects, filters, and things like that to give off the effect of what is considered reality, as opposed to like a sub-reality. The movie tests you as to what you think is real and what's not, what's fantasy and what's not, and it keeps jumping back and forth, and it was really throwing me off for a little while anyway. But I just loved how this whole thing played itself out. It's got a very what's the word? Of course, there's only one word for it: Lovecraftian. There's a very Lovecraftian feel and tone about this movie, and you'll know when you see it. You'll notice it. It's there right in front of your face. Very Lovecraftian feel.
Yeah, and even that is almost a little bit too much more than I wanted to say. Obviously, I'm not saying it's a spoiler, but it has this sort of unknown factor. There's a lot of unknown in this film, and definitely touches on some Lovecraftian stuff. And I will even go so far as to say that, we talked about The Color Out of Space earlier this year. I think there definitely would be some similarities between The Color Out of Space and this. I don't want to say too much more than that. But there was something kind of dreamlike about this movie. And it kind of walked that line nicely between being this sort of like dreamlike film, but staying kind of grounded in some reality. I think it could have benefited maybe from going a little bit more dreamlike, but I think it kept it grounded in as much reality as it could without going too far off in another direction. So I think that was a delicate balance to walk, is kind of keeping it grounded versus kind of letting it be this other thing. And I think it actually walked that balance pretty well. I think it would have been easy to go off into more of a cosmic direction, if you will. And there are certainly some elements of that, but I think that it stays pretty well grounded and reminds me of a lot of classic films, I'll say, in terms of like, I'm actually not going to name names because it actually might be a little bit spoilery if I say some of the films that I'm thinking of, so I won't.
If there's one title I'm sure you and I are agreeing on. I want to say it, and it doesn't give everything away, but
yeah, let's hold back just because if it's the one I'm thinking of, it might be a little bit too spoilery. The one thing,
there are other films. There are other films that this movie,
sure,
it references a movie like The Fog or The Bay.
Mm-hmm.
The Bay is another one. Trying to think of another one. It has some slight elements of The Beyond in there as well. I know there's another one. I can't think of the name of it right now. I had it in my head a little while ago. I'll think of it.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of. But the thing is, I didn't expect where it went. When this movie started, I did not expect to go where it went. And that was a huge surprise for me. And there was some great effects in this as well. I think I was sort of mentioning I guess I'll call it the foot scene.
Oh yeah,
that was like, I wouldn't say it looked incredible, but the tension, it was fucking creepy. That's what really worked well. Like, it just was well shot, and it just was edited perfectly. And I think that scene it's especially because of the unknown of what's going on. That's why it felt so creepy to me. Like, I felt like I don't feel uneasy watching films often at all, but I felt a little uneasy in that scene, and I like that.
I like that scene too. I didn't feel uneasy about it though. I thought the practical effects in this were done well. They pulled off what they needed to pull off. You know, but it served its purpose. But was it squeamish for me? Maybe at first.
Well, not so much squeamish, but just like the tension, I guess, was uneasy. That's kind of what I mean. I don't mean like I don't get grossed out, like, but
I mean, I was kind of squeamish as to how that happened a little bit more, because when you're in that environment, in that location, and you step down and you feel something like that, man, it just doesn't feel good at all, and it just sends a shiver right up my spine, and I'm like, fuck this, exit stage left, you know.
So I don't really want to talk too much about how it mirrors kind of what's going on in the world today, because I just feel that might be a little bit too much, and there is a lot of stuff going on in the world today, so people might not know what I'm referencing. But so I think that even though this film was made prior to this year, it's sort of an interesting look at what we're going through now, I think, and I don't know, there's just something, it's damn, I wish I could say a little bit more, but I'm like kind of like hesitating to say more, because I do want to keep something there for if people haven't seen this to be surprised by. So maybe I'll hold off on saying what I was going to say, but well, do you guys?
Well, there is a clue. I won't give it full out, but there's a clue in the dinner scene that'll give you a little bit of insight as to how things might play out, or as to how things will play out as the film continues on. You just got to pay attention to the dinner scene. Right. And that gives you that gives you one specific clue.
Were you gonna say something, Raven Shadow? I saw you getting close to my guys. I wasn't sure.
Not yet.
Okay. So Ares is either gonna unveil the Kraken again, or he just doesn't have much to say. I'm not sure yet. Do you want to wait for the verdict, Ares?
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for the verdict. Yes.
All right. I'm trying to think of any other things that we can talk about. I thought that there was some interesting shots in this, and especially the way they use color and like fog to pretty good effect. It was, I imagine it was difficult to pull off some of the scenes that they did, but I thought that they looked pretty good given what I assume was a small budget,
I love the archival footage they used, which stood out glaring for me.
What was the archival footage? I'm actually not sure.
If you watch the credits, they will cite their sources, but in the opening underwater shots.
Whoa.
What?
You watched the credits?
I watched the credits, Johnny.
And read the credits?
I'm trying to be present.
What?
I didn't know. I didn't think he could read anything more past the label on a medicine bottle.
Then pull tab to open. Well, don't drink with alcohol, motherfucker. Of course I'm gonna. Why would I? Do not mix. Well, motherfucker, that means mix.
I'm thrown off. You
See?
read the credits.
Well, no, I don't know every fucking best boy.
Now, at the risk of this being a spoiler, you have me at the figurative edge of my seat. Please explain.
What, the archival footage?
Yes.
Come
my
on,
God.
dude. You didn't see that from the jump? That was clearly.
Wait,
it was.
hold on, Raven Shadow. Hold on.
No, I got it back.
This is Johnny Wolfenstein with TOTR Radio, and we have breaking news. Michael Ravenshadow watched the entire movie, including the credits. To you, MZ. Do you have more about this story?
Yes, I do, Johnny Wolfenstein. Alert. I watched the credits too, but I always watch the credits. And I do have to back him up there.
Damn it.
No.
All right, just let him talk. What's the archival footage?
You should have came to me,
There is-
John. I had something on deck, but fine.
Oh, damn it.
The underwater shots are all archival footage.
Yeah, he brought that
I
up. We're waiting
saw
for
that.
him to talk. This is his turn. Let him talk.
All right.
Raven Shadow, as you
I
were.
was just backing him up.
Well, that's right, John. I definitely knew, being a big fan of
Archival footage.
archival footage, Steve Azizu and the other motherfucker that was in the water. I could clearly tell that it was not on digital, but it was video footage of smoke under the sea.
Steve Azizu.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I was trying to somebody that was Life Aquatic. Remember that picture?
Yeah, it wasn't Azizu.
What was it called?
Zizu.
Really?
Joey Suzu.
Joey
The Life Aquatic with Joey Suzu.
Joey Zuzu.
Joey
It's-
Souza was the guy fucking the guy from the Coke commercials. Right?
From the Coke commercials?
Not the Coke. He probably
It's
did
the
Coke.
Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou.
What the fuck? I'm sorry. Wes Anderson ain't fucking watching and listening.
You never know.
So I had Wes big ups.
So yes, archival footage.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at you paying attention.
I was paying, I could tell the different footage context. You know what I mean?
You just made it worse.
Really?
The different footage contacts.
I was going to give you a gold star. Now you're down to a silver.
Yep.
Hey, I was reading them too, and let me tell you something. The sound mixer of this movie, the guy's name was Dick Baloney.
Dick baloney. Dick.
Dick Baloney.
That's my alias.
I'm not kidding.
It's I saw. You know, I did read that too. That's my new alias for when I order pizza.
What do you wait? Let's do a Rim Shadow. Hello, Golden Pie Taste.
How you doing? Can I have a large Italian grinder with extra sausage, please?
Large Italian grinder. Wait, we don't put sausage in Italian grinders.
I need you to put sausage on the grinder, please.
Okay,
Large.
Italian grind. We call them subs here, though. Italian sub with extra sausage. Got it.
More sausage, yep. And can I have a large salmon pie, please?
A what?
A large salmon pie, please.
Salmon pie?
No, not salmon. Salmon. Like salmon.
Salmon
fish.
Salmon rusty.
Salmon rusty.
You want extra anchovies on that?
I want more fish.
You don't want? Wait. This is the olive guy, right? You like olives?
I want salmon with black olives, please.
All right. What's your name? I'll get this out for you.
Dick Baloney, please.
We don't have that as a topping. What's your name?
No, my first name. My Christian name is Richard. Last name Baloney. My friends call me Baloney.
All right, Richard Merloni.
Yeah, AKA Rocky Underhand.
Jesus Christ! What kind of food order was that?
That's what the fuck. I mean, I'm trying to go with something. You know, sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't.
Oh,
I blame Monsanto for fucking the breaking news bit.
Anthony posted a.
I think you're better off just eating the edibles.
Anthony posted a picture of Joe Azuzu in the chat room.
Yeah. Fuck guy, right?
Fucking love Joe Azuzu.
Yeah. Yeah. What? Got a new Suzu. Oh, what the fuck? Who was David Kreshner? What was his name?
You're probably getting it wrong, knowing you.
Got a new Suzu is good for you, because lucky for you, because it's gonna explode. It was a volcano.
It was played by David Leisure.
Oh, fuck, I'm close, right?
No.
No.
I'm not fucking close.
No.
It was David Leisure.
David Leisure.
Yeah, on the Growing Pains. He was in a bunch of programs back in the day.
Joe Azuzu.
Yeah.
The Life Aquatic with Joe Azuzu.
That's a picture.
Life Aquatic with Joey Suzu.
So the Suzu, they still making Suzus? Am I saying that wrong? Is that still a truck? Aries, you know truck.
I don't know.
Aries, you have an Azuzu motorcycle, right?
Yeah.
Oh, don't you fucking bite your tongue.
What do you have? You have a Hyundai, right?
Hyundai.
Motorcycles?
Oh,
I
man.
That's why I want Aries present.
All the millennials that are listening to us are like, who the fuck are they talking about? Joe Azuzu.
Yeah.
He was what would you call him, a spokesperson?
Spokesperson, right.
Yeah.
So fine. You millenniums might know, like,
Millennials?
You Millennium Falcons.
He was Joe Azuzu was a fictional spokesman who starred in a series of commercials in the 1980s for Isuzu cars and trucks.
Yeah. He's also an actor. Right. He was an actor, character actor.
Well, hence the fictional character. They had an actor play him.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't like.
And his name was David Leisure.
David Leisure. He was on vacation with the Beastie Boys. But you millenniums might know, like Mayhem. Yeah, like Mayhem, right? That dude's a fucking actor. He was on fucking Oz. He was on Rescue.
Wait, Mayhem?
Mayhem.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Aries.
Hey, Boomer, sit down and shut up.
I'm fucking DX, dog.
You're talking about Mayhem from like the State Farm commercials or something like that?
I'm doing MZ. What did I say? Mayhem?
Mayhem. You said Mayhem.
Mayhem.
Oh, he's the Allstate. I'm sorry. You give them their proper due.
No, Allstate was a fucking dude from Navy SEALs who got killed. And also played a president, I think. But no, Mayhem. But he's a good actor. He was fucking O'Reilly and Oz on. He's so fucking good. So I guess it's more than just spokespeople. They can do acting too. This is a weird movie about the beach. Huh?
Yeah, what happened? What happened about that conversation we're having?
I haven't seen a lot of shells.
Oh man! All right, do you want to? Anyone else?
Let's get back to the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say something.
Go ahead.
The what I really liked about this, because it was building and building, was the score.
Yeah,
the score was almost. Yeah, the score felt almost non-existent, and then it started to rise up a little bit, but it still felt somewhat empty, almost in to represent the fact that you're dealing with only 4 people in an isolated location. So that kind of played into each other rather well, I thought. At first I couldn't understand it, but then the more I thought about it, I'm like, the score kind of really amplified what's going on here, but it wasn't so over the top that it just overtook the movie.
I thought the score was
subtle.
I thought the score was actually ahead of the movie, intentionally so, like leading you to where they were going to be. And I thought that was actually well done.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting way to put it. So the film was scored by Rolly Porter. He's apparently a Bristol, UK-based composer, sound designer, first known as half of the pioneering dubstep duo Vexed, then for his jaw-dropping solo work as Rolly Porter.
It's very good.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was very, very understated. It wasn't in your face, but it I think really carried the atmosphere of the movie very well. Yeah, I'd agree with that. All right, is there anything else you guys wanted to bring up before we head to the verdict on this one?
Not really.
No? All right, let's do the verdict.
Trick or treat, baby.
I wonder if people would say you're a trick or a treat.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
All right, it is verdict time. We're going to let you know whether the beach house was a trick or a treat and any final thoughts we may have. Why don't we kick it off with Aries, because I am dying to hear your thoughts on this one, Aries.
This was the longest short movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
What?
I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult or just a true statement. This movie took a long time to get where it was going, but it was, I don't want to say it was necessary, because there was a lot of, there was filler in it. It was more of kind of spoon feeding to get the audience to where you needed to be. Like the whole revelation that there was someone else living in the house. You didn't need the shot of the medicine at the sink cabinet, and then the food in the kitchen, the dirty frying pan, the coffee maker half full. Like there was just too much of that. Like, yeah, there's someone there. Like medicine in the cabinet. Move on. There was a lot of that type of stuff that was the most in your face aspect of spoon feeding characters to us. But there was also there's a lot of this movie that it's difficult to speak because of spoilers. There's things that were said that I think certain people shouldn't have spoken of. Because I didn't say them, so I'm not going to say we. This movie is a very difficult movie to speak of without getting into spoilers. There were certain problems with getting from point A to point B with certain things where they skipped. They went from point A to point C where you should have seen the point B in certain things. Without getting into spoilers, I can't speak more of that. But the movie was acted well. It was shot well. The special effects were done very well. Certain shots were amazing. But this movie isn't a slam dunk. I think it is because it is the director's first movie. You know, it's difficult. Directing is difficult. I have never done it, but I know it's difficult. So because it's such a short movie and an easy watch, I will give this a treat, but it's not a perfect movie. There is flaws in this movie, but check it out. It's worth watching.
All right. Why don't we go to MZ next?
This is a moody little flick. There's something about it that's really offsetting to me. And I will agree with Aries that it does spoon feed you. It is a little heavy-handed. I think the performances were fine. The score was good. Naturally, it's shot beautifully. A lot, some of those shots are just absolutely breathtaking. It does carry in my opinion, a very heavy Lovecraftian feel to it. It doesn't have flaws. Yeah, it's not perfect. But it does carry enough weight where you have absolutely no idea what's happening, why it's happening, and what is the end result. You have no clue what's going on. And so really you're watching this movie in the eyes of the victims and ultimately of the survivor. It's an interesting ride. For a short film, it does feel like a long movie. I don't think it's got any fat in it though. I think it's trimmed down pretty nicely. I think it left a lot open for character development and not arcs, but story arcs. I mean, I think it left it open for that as well. I think it did it just fine. For a first-time movie for this director, I think he did well. This is not perfect, but it is a treat. I do give it a recommend. Check it out.
All right. How about Michael Ravenshadow?
I see some patterns in our recent discussions. So there are things that MZ and Aries said that I do agree with. And from the jump, if you haven't gotten it from what we've talked about so far, you'll get it yourself. There are movies that this will remind you of. That's not a dig to the flick, but this reminds me of X, Y, and Z and the other fucking ones. But I think what got me locked in was the dialogue, and forgive me, I don't know her name, the girlfriend,
Emily.
About Emily, what her kind of deal and the dialogue with Mitch really got me into this more and more. And I think if you pay attention to the dialogue, you're going to kind of get it. Air quotes, get it. I just like how that was done. And definitely, I mean, it was the wrong weekend to go to the beach. Maybe a staycation next time. But I think, and it might even benefit a second watch. It's 87 minutes. And even Marion commented that it was a long 87 minutes. But I thought it was fairly breezy. It got to the point. Yeah. You know, it was like fucking Mallrats, the horror movie. Get them to the fucking beach. No, I'm having fun with you. I'm trying to fucking relate to people. Dr. Perspective. But I liked it. So I would say it's a treat. We're on a cape with the DVD.
Wow. You said it, Ravenshadow. You covered it all. No, all right. So,
sorry.
What's funny is, based on our discussion, I thought there was going to be more overwhelming praise for this movie in the verdict, based on our discussion. But you never know, right? Like, could pull a complete 180 like MZ has done in the past. Yeah, this movie did this, everything was good. Trick.
Yeah, and
I'll watch it again.
I gave reasons for that. So
no, I know. I'm just fucking with you. But no, this movie really really impressed me. I went in expecting one thing, and once again, like I try not to have expectations when I go into films, because it's in a sense it's like, I mean, maybe this is a little bit too over analyzing of it, but like it's almost setting yourself up, and it's almost like a lie. Like you're telling yourself a lie, like this is going to be this, and then it's not. And then it's like coming to your senses of like, holy shit, well, it's not what I thought. And then dealing with that versus what it was, I think could really cause issues when it comes to watching film. So I personally try to go in without expectations, but looking at the poster, looking at the title and whatever, like it's hard not to be influenced by certain things. And then the first 5 minutes, we have like this young couple, like a relationship sort of issue, and they're going to a beach house, kind of, I don't know, it just was like, all right, like if this is going to be nothing against The Wretched, but I thought it was going to be kind of like The Wretched all over, where we get like, like just like a regular old monster, and I don't know, just not. this definitely subverted my expectations, and it was not what I thought it was going to be. And Aries, a lot of the things you talk about, like they spent too much time on this and this, like for me, that worked because it made me think something else. Like it lulled me into this false sense of security, and then when it turned, I was like, oh, okay, it's this kind of film. And then it kind of turned again, and it was like, no, it's not. And that was one of the things that I really dug about this. And I thought that it kept me on my toes. Not a lot of films can do that, especially a lot of the films that we watched recently. I just don't feel a lot of them are able to keep me on my toes. They're very predictable, or I can, like get a feel for what it's going to do, even if I don't guess all of the outcomes. Like I can kind of get a feel for it. But this one definitely kept me on my toes. I could see why people would say it felt long because, yes, there were some times during this where it dragged a little bit, but I thought it all sort of reconciled. Like I think it all was for a purpose. And then the end, I feel, really kind of pays off. I think there's a lot of really good payoffs in the end of this film. And it is also one of those ones that kind of keeps you guessing a little bit. Like at the end, like what did that mean? What does this mean to me? What happened? Without being so vague that it's just like, what the fuck? Like I felt like it was just the right balance of giving you some meat to chew on and giving you something that was a little bit vague as well. So, no, I really dug this film, and I'm definitely giving it a full-on treat for me. This one really surprised me, and I really dug it. And I think a lot of people out there will be surprised by this one as well. And it is relevant to what's going on in our world. So it may, may be an interesting watch for some folks out there. And yes, we did mention Lovecraft. I'm not going to say too much more than that, but there are definitely some Lovecraft vibes going on here in sort of like the unknown and what's going on. And there's definitely a lot of throwbacks to other films that, of like 70s, 80s that we grew up with, that there was enough of a sort of connective tissue there that I thought that it really worked. So for me, yeah, this really worked. This is a big treat for me. So there you have it, our discussion of The Beach House. It is streaming on Shudder. It is exclusively streaming on Shudder, I believe. I don't know if it's available to rent. I'll actually check that out to see, because sometimes even though it's a Shudder exclusive, it's available elsewhere to get. But yeah, so check out The Beach House. We all generally dug it, some more than others. So give it a look, especially if you have Shudder. You can definitely do worse. I'll say that. All right. So next week, let me see. What are we going to talk about next week? Okay. So next week we're going to do a film. What is going on there, MZ? Stop making fucking noise.
You need a mute button.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Now I finally understand why I get yelled at. You're so fucking loud, dog.
Crunching your fucking water bottle and drinking and gulping.
You're making so much noise.
Yeah, it's ridiculous during my fucking verdict, you asshole. Go back and listen to this. Stop right now. No. Go back and listen to this, and you'll see how fucking annoying it is, you asshole.
No.
Next time you give your verdict, I'm gonna fucking burp and fucking make noise and eat fucking like chips or something.
I refuse to listen to this show.
Yeah, because you refuse to hear how much of an asshole you are. All right, so next week we are doing a film. I believe this is another film from IFC Midnight, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see if I can verify that. I don't have the verification that I want right now, but it is another horror film called Relic. Not The Relic. Not the, who
I remember that movie, The Relic.
Yeah, from late
90s.
Yeah, 1997. Yeah, directed by Peter Hyams.
Lee Curtis?
No.
That was what Jamie Lee Curtis.
I don't think she was in that.
No. I don't think there was any stars in that.
No,
Tom Sizemore was in it.
Yeah, big fat Tom Sizemore.
Penelope Ann Miller, Tom Sizemore, Linda Hunt, who is the awesome Linda Hunt. You guys know Linda Hunt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was in
Everything.
Kindergarten Cop.
Yes.
Kindergarten. She was the voice on The Incredibles. She was in the Booker Richard Grieco movie.
You fucking love Richard Grieco.
I love Richard Grieco.
You're the only motherfucker in the world who loves Richard Grieco, besides Richard Grieco.
He and Richard Grieco. But as a thing, like if Tom Hansen, Johnny Depp on Jump Street was my Hulk Hogan, Grieco was like my Ultimate Warrior, where I was so conflicted. Who do I like more? I don't understand it. I want to be them both.
And that's why Johnny Depp has a career and Richard Grieco doesn't.
Well, fair.
All right, so next week we are going to do Relic. Not the Relic, just the regular old Relic. It's directed by Natalie Erica James. Synopsis: a daughter, mother, and grandmother are haunted by a manifestation of dementia that consumes their family's home.
Nice.
Awesome.
So, you excited for that one, Raven Shadow?
That sounds fucking awesome. Let's fucking confront some fucking... That's awesome.
Confront some... it's awesome. It's from Straya. It's an Australian film.
Oh, speaking of Australia, I have something for later on if we have a little moment.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, looking forward to checking out Relic. It is available on VOD if you guys want to watch along at home. And feel free to leave us a voice message or an email review. Podcast at trickortreatradio.com. So we'll be talking about Relic next week. And then the week after is our 8-year anniversary show, which we still need to make a plan for. But yes, so next week we'll talk about Relic. And then in 2 weeks from now, on Thursday, July 30th, we'll be doing the 8-year anniversary show of Trick or Treat Radio. If you guys want to get in some voice messages now, feel free. Just make sure you put in anniversary show in the subject or whatever, and we'll make sure that we can get that in for that. All right, so we do have a couple voice messages. Raven Shadow, why don't you just say your thing now so we don't forget about Straya?
I was hoping we were going to forget.
I got a fucking package today, Johnny.
Oh, God.
You got from Australia.
I did.
Oh.
Yeah. Like apples?
You going to open it on air?
Thank you for holding up a white envelope.
The funny thing is, I wonder when that was shipped. It was probably like a week or two ago.
2018.
No.
Weird.
That's your shipping.
Yeah. If you're lucky.
Yeah. Oh, what do you got? Okay, let's get a play-by-play.
Yeah. So opening up, I have Lord Ares on his throne. If you see in the amazing pastel ink, that's you, Ares. You can see the muscles.
Nice.
That's one of your majestic beasts.
One of your majestic beasts.
That majestic beast would be named Pepper.
Wait, is it the spider pirate?
Oh, it's not that, but it's Ares on a throne with Peppa. And then speaking of wow, we have fucking Monster Zero straddling the Art Bradish hot dog, much like the fucking picture, Stanley Kubrick picture.
Oh my God.
That's a real fucking thing.
Oh, that's amazing. Dr. Bradish love over here.
Dr. Bradish love, thank you.
That is amazing.
I'm gonna fucking listen. I said it before, I'll say it again. I'm not gay, but if I see a unicorn, I'm gonna ride it. I have a picture of Wolfenstein wielding a carrot in his fucking tunic right here in pastel.
That's amazing. That's the vegan vanguard, Johnny Wolfenstein, right there. Oh, I didn't get to use my new intro. The Clark Kent of broadcasting.
You are the Clark Kent of broadcasting, and somehow on a smaller 8x10, is the Michael Raven Shadow Erotica drawing. I was looking good. Because
that is, oh my God. Is that your new 8x10?
That's my new 8x photocopies of this tomorrow.
He's not kidding, folks.
What's going to happen?
Oh, that's funny. It's too funny.
By the way, Anthony had some comments about the film. So he said, I kind of feel like I wanted to edit into a 20-minute short. Okay, more than 20 minutes, he said. But I guess he was on board with the Aries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Those are amazing. And obviously, it's the artwork of our buddy from Australia, Tim Chuma.
Yeah.
He originally sent us our drawings of our pets, and now drawings of us. We can frame them next to each other.
I'm going to have to get that Raven Shadow.
That is fucking amazing.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Because I'm going to be in your neck of the woods on Saturday. I would have dropped him off.
You're going to be in my neck of the woods, Raven Shadow?
I'll fucking try.
That's great. So big ups to Tim Chuma. We appreciate that, buddy.
Yeah, thank you, man. That's awesome. That's funny too.
That's good shit, pal.
So fucking weird. I feel like I'm dressed like fucking Zardoz.
You are. When aren't you? Raven Shadow, when aren't you dressed like Zardoz?
When I'm Trick or Treat Radio. You should have saw me at 7 o'clock.
All right. So thank you, Tim. Those
thank
are
you,
really
mate.
awesome.
Yeah. Thanks, man. That's funny.
Speaking of, we actually have a voice message from Tim Chuma. You guys want to hear from Down Under?
From Melbourne?
Melbourne?
Sure.
Melbourne.
Right. Let's hear from Tim from Australia.
Well, this is straight. Oh, sorry. Unbelievable. It's Tim from Melbourne here again. Just going another week. I'm finishing another week of work. They got the films up for the online Melbourne. Not really much I want to see there apart from documentaries. Hopefully they've still got Monster Fest later in the year and games if you come down for that for the meeting.
Now arriving at aircraft.
What the fuck? Is he on the bus? Or the subway?
Train to bus on.
Train to bus born. It was a little difficult to hear, but that was pretty fucking awesome.
The only thing I understood was Bambaleo.
Yeah, Bambaleo, and then the thing at the end. Next stop, whatever.
I love that dude so much.
That was fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. We got to have him back.
Well, thank you for calling, Tim. I hope you didn't miss your bus stop there or your train or whatever it is. But we appreciate you calling in as always. And next, I'm actually looking forward to this one because she was hoping we would review the film, and she had talked about watching it. Now we get to hear what Creepy Girl thinks about the beach house, I think. So let's hear from Creepy Girl.
Hey guys, Creepy Girl here from North Carolina.
North Kakalaki.
Getting the keys to my house tomorrow. Can't wait.
Nice.
Going to build a podcast room in the upstairs. Get super excited. An art room.
Wow.
And they left me a bunch of creepy dolls that I'm going to do my art on. So I'm super excited about that. But anyways, I want to talk about the film, The Beach House. I was super excited for this one coming out. Can't really talk too much about it. Would love after the show to maybe talk to Rich or MZ or Wolfie what about their thoughts, because I know you're not going to be able to say a lot on this show. But I just felt like it wasn't a complete story. I really was very into it and I liked it until it ended, because I felt like a lot of it was unanswered. And I know it's that kind of crap where you're supposed to draw your own conclusion and, all that crap. But I don't like that shit. That's just me. I know there's going to be people that love this movie, but I hate that shit. I like everything explained. And, I just, I was a little disappointed, but I'm not going to say I hated it because I really liked the film until it ended. And then I was like, what? I mean, they said that girl was an astrobiologist. So I thought maybe some of her, science would come into it and explain a few things, but no. So that was a kind of a disappointment. But I also saw Becky, which I really enjoyed. I wasn't really, thinking that Kevin James was evil. Like, it was hard to believe that part of it. But I still enjoyed the movie. It had some cool little gore things in it. The girl was unbelievable actress. And I know they left that one thing explained, which I hate, which I just told you I hated. But I'm hoping that that's for a part 2. Because I think they could have a part 2 to that movie. And I think it could be awesome. But I really, I liked that movie. I didn't like that the dogs were injured, but other than that, the girl's performance was so good that I enjoyed it. I wanted to tell you about 2 films I did watch. Hopefully I didn't miss a show where you already reviewed this, but just a suggestion maybe. Vivarium is on Amazon Prime. And, I went into this thinking, I'm probably not going to like this, but let's check it out. And it was really cool. And you want to talk about, it had a little Lovecraftian feel to it, and it had some weird, freaky things in it. And just as you go along in the movie, you're like, what's going on? And it just was kind of cool and creepy. It was really a lot better than I expected. And then there was a really nice surprise. Another one that I didn't think I was going to like, Guns Akimbo. And that's with Daniel Radcliffe, I think his name is. And that one really surprised me. It had some really cool action, gunplay, had humor in it. And Daniel Radcliffe he was awesome in it. And I really didn't expect to like it. And I love that freaking movie. I actually watched it twice because I wanted to watch it with the kids. And the kids freaking loved it too. And when I say kids, I mean like teenagers, not little babies or anything. But yeah, check those movies out. Those, I think you should put those on your list. Guns Akimbo and Vivarium. They're both on Amazon Prime. So they're free watches if you have Amazon Prime. Good talking to you guys. Love ya much. And peace out.
All right. Awesome, Creepy Girl. It's really good to hear from you. And she sounded great.
Yeah.
Sound like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And looking forward to hearing any updates about the podcast stuff. That's really cool. I know she used to do a radio show back in the day, MZ. Do you know for sure? I think she did, right?
Well, she did a podcast.
Yeah.
Creepy Girls podcast, movie reviews.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I really wish she would get back to doing. Yeah, I really wish she would get back to doing that because that's a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun to watch and listen to. I had a blast watching that stuff.
What the fuck? MZ Creepy Girl podcast. What the fuck? Make it happen.
The dynamic duo.
Dynamic duo of debauchery.
Yeah, there you go.
Come on now, sir.
We can make it happen.
That's probably the only other person he'd podcast with without killing him. Well, that was awesome. And by the way, we did do Guns Akimbo. We did that right about the time it came out. I did remember seeing Vivarium, but I have not checked it out. It looks pretty interesting, though. It's got Jesse Eisenberg and Imogen Poots in it. It sounds like it could be interesting. We'll keep it on the list because obviously a lot of movies are getting pushed, so we may have some openings this year to fit some stuff in. And she also watched Becky as well, which I think she knew that we did. But yeah, awesome, Creepy Girl. Thanks for calling and giving us your thoughts. Always like hearing what you think about films. And think. Let me just double check the email, but I believe that was it for this week. Anyone else have anything to add? Raven Shadow, I know you opened some gifts. Was there anything else you wanted to talk about that you didn't get to talk about earlier?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Good.
MZ's like, good. Let's fucking end the show.
Well, you got something you're gonna do tomorrow?
Yeah, what are you gonna do, MZ?
No.
You gotta wake up?
Yeah. I get up out of bed, I wake up, then I go to the chair and watch TV.
Wait, you get out of bed and then you wake up?
Yeah. Do you run a comb? You run a comb across your head too?
Yeah.
So MZ, you were working on a resume. I heard. How's that going?
Yeah. It's going okay. You know, nothing really has hit me yet. So I'm hey.
What?
So anyway, I made a makeshift resume, and it seems to be working. You know, people are calling me. People are, I'm getting. I went out for a couple of interviews so far, and
that was just me prank calling
so
you,
far,
by the way.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Transformer. I want you to test Grimlock population.
This is Dr. Grimcock. We'd love to have you come in and be a test subject. Are you a triple changer or a quadruple changer?
Or potentially six changer.
Or a sextuplet changer.
Yeah, a sextuplet, yeah. Sextuplicons. That's a fucking...
Did you send your resume to Michael Bay? That's what I want to know.
You kidding? I want a job, but I also want my pride.
Hey, MZ, it's your boy, Michael Bay.
Yeah, it's your boy. I know you're such a big fan of those Transformers that the kids like to play with. What do you say you star side next to John Cena in my next movie?
I know you love Transformers, but what about GoBots?
And let me tell you, we're going to give you $10 million, all right? And you just play with toys. That's all you do. What do you say, buddy?
For Michael Bay? No. I'd rather have an acorn enema.
You would not do a Michael Bay movie for $10 million?
You fucking
I'd let
would.
Michael Bay fuck me for $10 million.
I will drive you to California or wherever I have to and kick your ass out of the fucking car.
All right, but don't expect gas money.
I'll just take my cut. I'll take 5%.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, sure, why not?
I would be in Transformers fucking 18 Dark Side of the fucking Bollocks or whatever the fuck.
Dark Side of the Bollocks.
Dark Side of the fucking Bollocks.
Whatever I'll be me and the fucking Juggalo robots. I'll fucking cash a check like a mug.
Like a what? A mug?
Mug.
A mug?
Yeah.
What's a mug?
I don't know, but I hear that's a term.
Why would
you use that forever?
Yeah. Why would you use a term?
Yeah.
Like a mug, like a motherfucker, like a mug. You know what I mean? Like
you said mug though. Mug.
Yeah, mug.
Which one is it?
Oh, God damn
it. That's the vernacular. Okay. It's transcending.
Oh my God.
Why don't you just try to say you're inventing a new word?
Why do you ask him anything?
What's a new word?
Ask him anything.
Why do you ask him anything?
Oh, you know what? That's a good idea. We should do an AMA. You know what that is, Raven Shadow?
Academy.
American Music Awards.
No.
American.
Ask me anything. We need to do on the 8-year anniversary. We will have an AMA for Michael Raven Shadow. We'll do a segment. How about that?
I will shoot. Maybe. You know what I mean? I'll shoot from the hip.
Okay, so that's one thing we're doing for the 8-year anniversary. An AMA. Ask me anything for Michael Raven Shadow. You can ask him anything in the fucking world. It has to be in a voice message, though. You could even just say, it could be quick. Give you 10 seconds. You don't even have to leave a long one if you don't want to. But ask me anything from Michael Raven Shadow.
I kind of want to open this up and let him do MZ as well. Let him pick.
Okay, all right, that's fair. Ask me anything for anyone on the show. How about that?
Well, to be fair, that's I find Aries God of Beards.
You just got
I am not that entertaining as the two of you motherfuckers.
You just got a segment taken away from you, Raven Shadow. How you feel about that?
What the fuck, fucking Aries God of cock blocking?
I'm sorry, you want a little cock?
Wow.
That's why I gave you MC too.
Are you offering Aries? I mean, it sounds like an offer.
You are Irish.
Yeah, I did. That's why I gave him MZ.
Fuck you.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's a good idea. Ask me anything.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm down.
So you just obviously direct your question to the appropriate person. Ask your question. It could even be a question for multiple people. If it's a really interesting question, you want to pass it around and have it be answered by multiple people, you can do that as well. So we'll do on the 8-year anniversary show 2 weeks from now. We will do an Ask Me Anything, an AMA as they call it, Raven Shadow. People can ask what you had for fucking lunch. They could ask you what you got for your 10th birthday. They can ask MZ what he does when he's pooping. Actually, I don't want to know that. Yeah, no, don't ask that.
I don't want to tell you.
Rather show you.
Oh yeah, we do remember that time that he had diarrhea and vomiting at the same time. So that's one thing he's done.
Oh, that was a best of.
A best of something or other.
MZ just reliving that in his mind, just the
Yeah, it's not pretty.
No, it's not. No.
As a matter of fact, you know what it is. I forget the term, but what it is, at least in my estimation, anyway, is that it killed one of the Von Erich brothers when they had Dark Side of the Ring and they were doing the Von Erichs.
Yeah.
They mentioned about what one of the brothers had that killed him. I forget which brother. And I looked that up, and it's exactly what I have. I mean, right down to the letter.
Ooh. Fuck.
Yeah.
That sucks, man.
Yep.
Well, I guess you can die from anything, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, that's.
I would rather die from getting shot than die like that. That sucks. Fucking sucks.
Oh man. So yeah, that could be fun. So we'll do an Ask Me Anything. You can once again ask us anything in the world. You could ask us if you want to know what some of the equipment I use is. I don't know. I'm just trying to throw some stuff out there, some ideas. You can ask Aries what are some of the other toys that he has, if he has a little collection of the ones behind him now. You could ask MZ what percentage of shows he wears pants for now that he's home. Whatever you want. I don't want to know that percentage, by the way.
we already know you're not wearing pants tonight. We've seen the knee a couple of times.
Oh shit!
That ain't my knee.
Oh. Is that Rufus or Ronaldo?
Oh god! It had a knee.
It's so big it has its own knee.
Raven Chow's a big fan of that joke. He's gonna be mad he missed it.
Not too bad.
The knee in it? Yeah, I love that.
See? Oh, Jesus. So Anthony, our pal Anthony says, "What's a mug, dog?"
Come on, you guys fucking know. We're all the same age. You know what I'm fucking talking about.
And Creepy Girl says, "Yes, I did 3 different radio shows and I have a YouTube channel." And she says, "Ooh, Monster Zero and Creepy Girl has a nice ring."
Right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Word to Snurb, Raven Shadow.
What's a snurb? That's an oldie but goodie, right? Or the big.
Make that work, baby. Let's make that work, baby.
I'm fucking. Well, you slow it down there with your hands rubbing.
Jesus.
That ain't fucking hand sanitizer. That's fucking lube, there, dog. That's fucking nuts. So fucking gross.
Rimshaw, how do you spell snurb?
SNERB.
Okay, just making sure.
Until I spell it.
All right.
I'm sure how the bar smells.
All right, maybe we should fucking end this. Put this baby to bed.
Yeah.
I always wanted this. Let's do lunch.
Well, I guess we put that baby to bed. All right, so let's go around the room and say our goodbyes, starting with MZ.
Arrivederci, douchebags.
Goosebags. All right, Aries.
Goodbye.
Raven Shadow.
Live fast, love hard, survive with your mask on.
That's right. We want you to survive because we want you to come back for next week. And then the week after, because that's our 8-year anniversary. So once again, we'll do an Ask Me Anything. You can ask us any fucking question you want, what we had for lunch, what our favorite meal is, favorite music, favorite album, favorite movie, whatever. You can ask us anything. You guys have been listening for a while. Some of you have. Some of you have only known us for a little while. There's something you want to know about us, you can ask. If there's, this burning question you've had for years, I want to know what does Johnny eat as a vegan? What does MZ, how many footlongs has he put in his body in his 49 years of life? How many feet of hot dogs has he eaten?
I don't know. Ask the fucking Patriots. I don't know.
I kind of want to know. Take a guess, MZ. How many footlong hot dogs have you eaten in your life? How many feet?
I don't know.
How many feet of meat are in you?
No, straight shoot, because I'll tell you right now, I'm putting my earn time request in, my first fucking earn time off and fucking whatever the fuck. So Thursday night, we're going to get fucking toe up from the floor up. Somebody come over here. Aries, you're in this.
MZ, by the way, sorry to cut you off, Rib Show. MZ, you need to enter the fucking Nathan's hot dog fucking contest.
That is, first of all, that's barely even eating. Jeez, the more you look at it, the more you realize it's not even really eating. It's just shoving food in your mouth. You're really eating it. Those guys would massacre me. I would have no chance.
I think it would be very entertaining to watch you try to compete with that.
It would be fun, though.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I would love to try it. I've done my, I did my 12 Coney Island hot dogs.
No, 14. Don't shortchange yourself.
All right, fine. 14.
Wait, that was
I did 14.
You did?
I did 14. I did 14 Coney Island hot dogs.
It's true. I was there. He did 7 and 7.
We were there, right? Because Double D was there. We went because you went. That was the day when MZ went earlier, and we all went there. He came back.
Yeah, I went there twice in one day. Had 7 one shot, 7 next shot, all in one day.
That's a fucking lot of fucking dogs, dog.
I was hungry.
But how much was the one with him and Psycho Patrick? Had their dog off.
No. That was just Psycho Patrick. Tron challenged him to eat 25 hot dogs.
Jesus Christ.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And then it was only that was the only thing. It wasn't a contest between two people. It was just Psycho Patrick versus the hot dogs. And then if Psycho Patrick won, then Tron would have to pay for all the hot dogs, and he would have to call Psycho Patrick Lee a Coca-Cola for the rest of his life whenever he asked him to. But if Psycho Patrick could not eat 25 hot dogs, he had to pay for the hot dogs and call Tron his Royal Professio for the rest of his life whenever asked.
I forget who won. I think Tron won that, right?
He did, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, Psycho couldn't do it?
No, you remember? Oh no, you were there, but you don't remember.
No, I showed up and that was going on. I think I had to go.
You probably got mad at us.
I might have been upset, but I think I had some other debaucherous intentions going on. So I'm like, you guys work it out.
You guys work it out.
Because MZ ate the tampon after I left.
Yeah. She shoved a tampon in my hot dog.
I wasn't there, asshole. I got my bag. That was all.
That's a story for the 8-year anniversary, baby.
God, no, that's a story from Patreon.
Yeah. I don't know if have we ever told that on the air? Do you guys know?
I think so, but it's an oldie but a goodie.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe do a deep dive.
Holy shit! Yeah. Wow.
But then Wolfie, you and I, we went to do Spike's hot dog contest.
No, you did. I didn't.
Well, no, I did, but you were there.
Yeah, I was there to witness the insanity.
Yep. And it was, you have to eat 6 hot dogs in an hour and a half, which sounds easy until you see the hot dogs.
Oh, these are huge, yeah.
Yeah, they're fucking gigantic. I mean, they're basically the size of a small sub.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, like K-19, the Widowmaker? Or Red October?
Well, I think, in the particular establishment that we were in, the winner, or who they call the top dog, was like this 5-foot girl who put away 19 of these goddamn things. I don't know where she put it. Half her weight was in hot dogs.
So the one thing you did wrong though, MZ, was you got toppings.
Yeah.
Because you should get them plain so you can eat more, you know?
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is that I wanted to... The reason why I got the toppings was because I wanted to change the taste around. Yeah. Because after a while, if you're tasting the same thing, it just becomes monotonous. So I decided to change the taste around. And I didn't get any soda. It was strictly a juice or was what? Lemonade. It was lemonade.
Okay, yeah.
And so I figured I had this all figured out. And about a half an hour in, because I got my hot dogs and I'm pounding them away, and about a half an hour in, I'm at my 3rd hot dog, or starting my 4th hot dog, and then I realized that I made an egregious error.
Yes.
I made a huge mistake, which was I don't know. I guess it would be unavoidable, but it's something that I didn't think about until it was too late, and that is, you get them all at the same time. And after a half an hour, there's nothing worse than eating cold hot dogs.
Yeah.
And I that never even entered my mind. But I was able to do it. I got it done. I ate 6 hot dogs. I ate 6 hot dogs in 62 minutes. I got the shirt. And they say, well, you don't get the shirt until you pose with the shirt.
Yeah.
You got to take a picture. And I still have that. I still got a picture of that picture. I'll post it on.
Yeah, please do post that.
I'll post it. And they say, because if you throw up, you don't get the shirt. If you throw up before you get that shirt, you do not get the shirt. So I'm there. I get the picture, take the picture, and click. Picture is done. Well, go ahead.
Can I tell it?
Yeah, sure.
I think you literally threw the shirt at me and ran to the fucking bathroom. He got right in there, and then when he came back out, he's like, dude, I almost missed the toilet. You came out white like a ghost, and you were sweating so hard.
It was hard to stand straight because my stomach was hitting my rib cage. That's how bad it was. And yeah, I throw the shirt in your face. I run to the John. I turn around, close the door, lock it, and just automatic. I turn around to the toilet. I nearly miss it, and I go, bleh. And I think I vomited like 5 or 6 times. Hot dog everywhere. You know? It was just vile. And I've never been more proud of myself in my life at that point.
When you came back out, did you order another hot dog because now you were hungry?
No. The taste of hot dogs.
Yeah.
The taste of hot dogs sat on me for a good 2 months after that. But
hamburgers.
But the pressure was off of my rib cage finally.
Oh, Jesus.
Vile, brutal.
I think
vile and brutal.
You know what, MZ? I might actually have videos of that. I remember taking videos. I don't remember.
Yeah.
It was on my old video camera though, which I have to digitize, I believe. So, but I think I have that somewhere. Yeah. That would be fucking premium content, huh? If I could find that
absolutely.
And digitize that. So maybe I'll look for that sometime.
Yeah, please do. It's been like what? It was the day before you and I went to go see The Wrestler.
Oh, okay.
So that was around what, 2007
or 8? Yeah. Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good. See, that's when you fucking blow me away. The memory on this fucking guy. Like, remember that we went to go see The Wrestler the next day. But he can't remember what he fucking ate for lunch today.
I threw up all last night, but so what time is it tomorrow? All right,
yeah.
Well.
All right, so let's wrap things up. Our pal Anthony says 8th anniversary show, Ask Me Anything, and hot dog eating contest. And he says he has 3 options for the anniversary show: hot dog, mayonnaise, or pancake eating contest.
What the hell's a mayonnaise eating contest?
Exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is, and that is vile. No way.
I do.
That exists?
Yeah, it does.
I do pancakes.
Yeah, maybe pancakes.
Oh my God! Anthony says MZ's memory is attributed to trauma. It is fucking true.
He's probably right.
Yeah, no shit. And then Creepy Girl asked a question, but we shouldn't answer it because she should ask it on the Ask Me Anything 8-year anniversary. And she says, "Who has the biggest feet?" Is that whoa?
I think she's looking for a more personal question.
Yeah,
there.
what's she getting at? I actually don't know. Maybe if you want to ask that, maybe you can call for the 8-year anniversary.
Yeah.
You know what we'll do? 8-year anniversary, all bets are off, right? We'll do whatever the fuck.
Yeah, it's all uncensored.
Anthony says YouTube it airs mayonnaise eating contest.
I refuse to.
Don't do that. Don't.
All right, we got to end the show. It is pretty much 11. So yeah, so let's end this. Everyone already said their goodbyes.
Yep.
Jesus, what the fuck did I do?
This was the longest goodbye ever.
What did I do? Why did I do that? I was just about to tell MZ he say his goodbye. And I'm like, wait, everyone did.
Yeah.
I didn't do mine. Okay.
Only Kiss and the Rolling Stones have had a longer farewell.
What about Terry Funk? How many times did he retire? Like 43 at this point?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Pretty much.
So last thing Anthony says, he says it looks like people are melting like marshmallows. Is that you talking about us or
is that us?
The mayonnaise eating contest? I don't know. All right. Well, that is going to do it. So we appreciate everyone who hung out and watched the live show, everyone who contributed some feedback. Remember, Ask Me Anything, 8-year anniversary show, 2 weeks. Ask us anything you fucking want. Any question in the world that you want to ask us. And next week, once again, we're going to be doing the film Relic. If you want to check it out, it's available on VOD. And that's going to do it. I know things are a little crazy out there. Things are not looking good in the world. So everyone stay safe and wear your fucking mask, please. All right. See ya.